Joy Taylor is someone who, to me, uh, obviously, I've always basically had a thing for Joy Taylor. I've always thought she's obviously a very attractive woman, and she's always shown off her assets. But and it's weird because I'm about I thought I was as red pill got, but I guess I wasn't because you know I don't know, for whatever reason I just assumed that Joy Taylor was just obviously a hot chick, nice body, very attractive, woman, very pretty, and that she just liked to show off her body and her assets on social media. And of course, she gets up on TV and does the same thing. But, I never thought too much of it. We know that for women, attention is a currency, right? Attention is a currency to women in the same way that money is, you know. Um, and there are probably some women who would rather get attention for their looks than get money. So when you look at in my mind, I thought that's all it was. Now, of course, her public persona outside of that is she's a feminist and she's girl power and for women, and she talks down to men on the internet and stuff like that. But I guess that, and also more than just that, her presentation is that of, like, she never seemed like, as much as she, as I said, on social media and stuff like that, would clap back at guys maybe and kind of talk down to them or whatever. She her presentation is not of that as like a bitch or a cunt or somebody who's that scandalous like this lawsuit alleges she is and makes her appear to be. I got the impression that if I was ever, around Joy Taylor, she'd just be polite, and she wouldn't have much, obviously that's been, my experience with women in general in person, is that basically they, if we're talking about in person, for the most part, they're basically just, it's basically no, very little little to no interaction in person in any setting in which I've been around women. Now, what I think that's kind of that's kind of opening my eyes a bit to the realization that you never really know a woman until you have something that she wants, basically, right? So, so, so if I was up there working at FS1 and I was just like, some guy working in production or working on the set or something like that, I wouldn't see the same Joy Taylor that, Emmanuel Acho, Shady McCoy, Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley, Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, all those guys. Now she's with Keyshawn up there and Paul Pierce. I wouldn't see the same Joy Taylor that they would see because who am I? I'm just some loser who works on the set doing whatever, and then, but if you're one of those guys, on-air talent, ex-athlete, somebody who's a big-time journalist or something like that, you're going to see different things. And the lawsuit alleges that from the beginning, I guess when they were trying to put together Undisputed, they show up for lunch or something like that, and Charlie Dixon, he's with Joy, and she's dressed very provocatively, and she's acting very provocatively. Basically, I guess just throwing herself or making it obvious that she was, she would she was for the taking, basically. If that was what Skip wanted, if that was what was going to get her the gig, and you know it's like it's hard to explain. It's just I don't know. I guess because I've never seen that. It's like I know that that's what women are, but obviously that's not the and everybody. My buddy Sark, he he referenced somebody actually made the meme of the famous HR meme where there's this handsome Chad so-called guy, and he says, "Hey, how you doing? Looking great today." And the woman goes, "Oh, you're so sweet, so sweet." And then some big fat guy, creep. I'm not gonna call him a creep because we know what creep means. A woman, a creep is just a guy that she's not attracted to, and especially if he tries to make some type of pass at her or something like that. And so, but if it's a big, unattractive guy, she goes, "Hello, human resources," right? And somebody actually made that meme with Acho in the place of the attractive guy and Jason Whitlock in the place of the creepy fat guy. And so basically, I've always been the creepy fat guy, and my best bet is basically to just stay in my place. And basically, if I stay in my place, it'll the most I'll get is maybe, I don't know, like I said, basically nothing. And then if I don't, it's like, well, I get blocked or whatever it is. And of course, like as I said, that's on the internet, because in person I've never, I'm a different person in person. And so, but it just kind of I don't know, it's just sort of it's just an eye opener that I wasn't expecting, because like I said, I thought that I knew everything about women, but like I said, man, I think this puts them down in the coffin for women. Women are scandalous by nature, and that's just the way it is. And it doesn't matter what a woman's presentation is. That means nothing, because in the depending on the context, she's a woman is a different person depending on the context, which is the situation, the when, the where, the how, the why, the what, all those things, but especially depending on who the guy is. A woman is a completely different person. And now remember, though, you're listening to somebody talk who, like I said, in my mind, I was as red pill as red pill can get. I thought I knew everything about how untrustworthy and how scandalous women were, and how amoral women were. But even I was like kind of thrown off by this Joy Taylor thing, because I just didn't. I don't know. I guess it's a certain blind spot